Hello, my audience on Dominus Nisi 88.9 FM. Today, I do have a wonderful guest, and I'm going live on Facebook at the same time while I'm recording for my YouTube viewers. So, today's speciality is that the guest that I have here is so connected to my story, and then what she is doing now is really influential passion. That passion is actually spreading from east to west. So let me welcome my wonderful guest, Katie, to this show, Dominus Nisi on 88.9 FM. Katie, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much
So
for
you are
having
on
me.
Facebook Live now, so
Thank
at the
you.
same
Hello,
time with the recording.
hello, Rowan. Thank you for having me. I'm so
Thank you.
excited.
So Katie, tell me about yourself. Who are you, Katie? So I know that you are famous everywhere these days. And then I know that you are an award winner from WFWP for your wonderful work that you have done many, many years now. And then, you have a beautiful son, got a miraculous stories, and you have a miraculous story of your empowerment. And I know all those stories, but I want my listeners to know who you are. Are you, Katie?
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, first of all, I just want to say a massive thank you for your friendship, your contribution to the world, and also your future as an incredible friend and business partner. So thank you, and thanks to everybody for being here as well.
Yes.
I suppose I'll take you back to the beginning. So I'm Kate Edwards. I'm a single mum to a beautiful little boy called Harry. He's actually autistic and was diagnosed when he was 2 years old. But I suppose my entrepreneurial journey
Mhm.
began um, many years ago back in the UK. So I'm from the UK. I came here with a backpack and a dream to Australia in 2011. Thought I was going to live with all the cool kids on Home and Away, but that didn't really happen.
Okay.
I started my entrepreneurial journey back in the UK when I was a corporate woman. I used to build businesses. So I would go into a business, I broke them down and I built them up again. So always worked with people, always worked with problems, and always really loved connecting with people. So I suppose one of my claim to fame stories is that I went in and built a business from $500,000 up to 5 million in 3 years.
Mm.
And it was just a case of that I loved people, I
Yeah.
loved success, I loved to see people thriving. And then when I came to Australia, it was a new kettle of fish.
I know. All the migrants feel the same. And then, especially like, for you, it's a different way of, excitement and changes. But as a migrant from India, our story is totally different. So tell us about that. How was your experience?
Yeah, I mean, when I came to Australia, I actually felt very lonely. The first 2 weeks was actually quite awful, and I just wanted to go home. I remember ringing my mum, and she was like, "No, you're there. I've helped you pay all this money to go." And she was like, "You're staying."
Yeah.
I only came for 6 months, but I've still not gone home 14 years later.
Oh,
But I fell in love with Australia. I fell in love with the people.
yeah.
I fell in love with the opportunities. I fell in love with the heat because
Mm,
England's not really that warm.
yeah.
But I just fell in love with the opportunities that were available and the help that I could give in the world. And when I lived in the bush for, oh my gosh, for 6 years, and I used to work with Aboriginal children. We
Ah,
used to run a program called the Bushmobile, and I worked for the New South Wales Council.
mm-mm.
And that was a really big honour in my life. And we helped Aboriginal children with the social skills. And I worked for the council for 6 years.
Wow.
So
Okay.
it was a big change in my world. I was a
Exactly.
Jillaroo as well for
From UK to that emotional, like the heart of Australia, right?
corporate to backpacking. I think it's a big story. So yes,
Mm.
I was mustering. I was doing all of the things that I
Yeah.
always wanted to do.
Yeah, that's great. I was speaking up, you mentioned single mom and a mother of a son. I can connect to that. I do have three boys and I'm raising them by myself, and I can feel the pain and at the same time that proud moments that you can
Very
feel
much.
whenever they go on to different milestone. But I know that you have a very specific milestone in your life with your son. Can you share with us what is that? What happened That, yeah, wonderful son. And then why you are so proud of him now?
Absolutely. So I suppose my journey started, I mean, I have to take you back to a moment which I do wish upon no other mum.
Mm,
We did experience a really awful domestic violence situation, and I took the initiative to run.
mm,
We literally escaped with the clothes on our back when Harry was 11 months old.
mhm,
And we came to Melbourne just with the shirts on our back, and it was just about surviving. It wasn't about anything else at that point. Harry hadn't actually been diagnosed with autism at that point,
mhm,
and it was a very lonely, scary place. And as a single mum, I was surviving. I didn't have clothes to put on him. I didn't have nappies to put on him. I didn't have food in the fridge. I didn't have fuel for my car. It
mm,
was desperation.
yeah.
And I think that I just threw into my mindset had to flip because I was in flight or fight mode. I was in
Mm,
survival mode. And I reached out and built a mums group
mm,
called Mums Supporting Mums.
okay.
And this was where I found community. And I think that it's a big thing that we look for as mums
Mm,
because I didn't have Harry till I was 36, so I was a little bit older
mm,
when I had my little boy. So it
yeah.
was harder to make
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah, I know.
Because the friends that you make in life, I think that we nurture them from our
Mm,
school age, and then it becomes a lot harder to become friendly with people later
yeah.
on. So I built my own
Uh,
community and found people that really kind of resonated. Um, and that was a big change for
mhm,
me. And I think that building a community and having somewhere to go when you
yeah.
feel like you're on your own
Yeah.
and very alone was a big thing for me.
Yeah, I think, something happened in your life, and if you think that that's a big disaster, but if you look at that as an opportunity or like in a learning from that,
Yeah.
I'm so proud to see you now in a different world, like from surviving to that thriving mode of motherhood, not only motherhood as an entrepreneur as well.
Yeah.
So share us your story. How did you change yourself like this?
Oh my gosh. Well, I think that I had to kind of step aside and put my corporate hat on. And I
Hmm.
knew that I was a woman that could take action.
Yeah.
I knew that I could make things happen. I knew that I could put money in the bank. So fortunately, a girlfriend of mine who was a really incredible entrepreneur, and she was working for a business over in New Zealand. She found an online business,
Hmm.
and she went to a little product
Yeah.
exposure day,
Hmm.
and she helped me to build a little business
Yeah.
myself.
Hmm.
And within 3 days, I'd earned $350. I'd packed in my all my cleaning jobs because
Hmm.
I couldn't actually work because I didn't have residency at the
Hmm.
time.
Yeah.
So I was in desperate mode and I was like, what can I do? I was capable, I was able, I was motivated, I
Hmm.
was prepared to do what it took. And I just needed to find a platform that enabled me to do that and stay at home with Harry.
Mm.
So I was very lucky enough to for New Skin Enterprises to find me at my time in need.
Yeah.
And I took the system and the products and the program and the community,
Mm.
and I ran as fast as I could. From that moment, I built teams of mums and helped other mums earn just an extra $250 to stay
Mm.
at home,
Yeah.
and didn't realize what I was actually upon. I
Mm.
didn't realize what was coming. I didn't
Yeah.
realize the people that I was going to meet. And I didn't realize the impact I was
Yeah.
about to make.
Because I know that when you're in desperate situation, you find out a job or something that feeding your family, putting something on your table, and then get that safety mode, right? That, yeah.
Absolutely. And I think that we all know that we get into fight or flight mode, and it's all about the mindset, and it's just about planning.
Mm.
It really is. But it's also, I think, filling yourself with the circle of other entrepreneurial women
Mm.
that will really give you a boost. They will give you that confidence. They will give you that clarity. They will give you that leadership that we're looking for
Mm.
as a woman in a woman's world right now.
Yes.
I think that we're looking for leadership.
Exactly. So, if you know, or if you see my post, or if you know, if you connected with me directly, you can see a bit of like a new skin conversation conversations happening within my reach. And that's where one of the other thing that I want to share with you. One first time that I met you from WFWP, you got awarded as the the best person who doing wonderful things for this moms group, and then sharing that good news to the other people, and then we found us between in that business growth, like in a business growth network group.
Yes,
Yeah, so I
yes,
think
BGN.
yeah, I think more of like that's what I connected to the people who are really connected with the heart. So I gone through a different journey like you as well. Like, I had to run out of the family to save my kids from foster care
Yeah,
and then start again from ground zero. And then I was fortunate to have a like in a corporate career, which I'm still on, that helped me to feed my family. But again, all different things of our I was telling this just before this interview to my listeners, all the shame, all the guilt, all the anxiety and all this status quo of this community. It's
it's
so
real.
hard to come out of it and do something that you love. So these days I feel like I can see the people who've gone through the similar path but thriving with that full heart of love, joy and peace.
I
and
know.
and that's how you are here, because my show is sharing the people who spreading love, joy and peace, and then you are one among them. So tell me about that new skin. What is all this big talk about India? What's happening with India? You are from UK, you are in Australia, but you're talking about Indian or Indians. What is that story?
Yes, yes. Well, little did I know that I had joined a technology company that was about to explode and create some big waves across the world through AI technology, beauty and wellness,
Mm,
and empowering the world of India. Recently, we joined forces with Infosys, which
mm,
is one of the largest tech companies in the world, and we are going to open our doors to India.
mhm.
So as the entrepreneurial women behind the scenes,
Yeah.
Bismi and I are now leading one of the largest teams
Mm,
opening India in less than 100 days. So we're on a journey to empower the people of India, to help people to take control back of their health and their wellness, and also to look after their families, because
mm.
you and I know there's a lot of changes during the world right
Yeah.
now, and what is it that we can do to help? Because we sleep better at night
Yeah.
knowing that we give,
Yes.
and we create community, we empower people, and we give back.
Mm,
And that's the biggest, I think that's the biggest driver for me. It's
mhm,
what can I do for the people? What can I do to empower my son? What can I do to leave a legacy? And I
mhm.
think that when you lead with heart and you've got so much respect and integrity for how you're going to leave this earth,
Yes.
that's what's driving us.
Exactly. That's the point that I am actually doing through this show, because I want my boys should tell that, mom was spreading this love, joy, and peace through the medium that she loves, because I love the
Yeah.
media of radio and videos, and that's why I'm doing this wonderful thing. But at the same time, I was thinking, back in India, we know that it's a country where how many billions of people are having different type of health issues, and then I know that with all different diet issues, all different things happening over there, they are not really fortunate to find out what exactly wrong with their health and how they can achieve their wonderful health through a beautiful journey. So when I heard from Kate about this new scheme, I was wondering, what is this all about? It was not really clear how I can help from Australia to my hometown and people in there. So that's the magic of this wonderful connectivity that we are trying to build in Australia. So if you are an OCI holder, and if you are a person of Indian origin holder, and if you are in Australia or in New Zealand, this is for you. So let me ask Kate how that will work, and what is that magic, and what is that 100 days that she mentioned before?
Wow. Well, there's a few questions there. So I'll break it down
Mhm,
and bring it back, because we're actually entering the country with something called Prism IO. Now, this is a handheld device
mhm,
that will help people to scan their antioxidant levels in a non-abrasive way.
mhm,
So that means that you and I can test our children
Mhm.
with a fingerprint and check their nutritional levels.
Mhm.
It means that we can scan the world, and
Yeah.
we've already done 23 million scans that has collected the incredible data across the world. And we're about to bring this to India to help with nutritional deficiencies.
Mhm.
So what we're doing, we're opening on the 1st of November. So
Mm.
that means that the floodgates are going to open to be able to empower your families. So we are building teams behind the scenes in New Zealand, in Australia right now, and across the world. And we are literally empowering so many people that want a second income, that are
Mhm.
looking for generational income,
Mhm.
that are looking to really add to something that they can give back to their families. And we're doing it with absolute heart, integrity, and
Mhm.
commitment to the
Yeah.
cause. So it's a very, very impactful project.
Mhm.
We know that we're going to impact more than 1 billion people.
Mm.
And the technology and the companies that we're actually connected to right now, we've got Infosys, we have OpenAI, which is ChatGPT,
Mhm.
we have Full Power AI, we've got AWS, which is Amazon Web Services.
Mhm.
There are so many tech giants opening their arms to this project right now. It is something I have never experienced before.
Mhm.
And coming from the corporate world where I sold my soul to a company that didn't take care of me or
Mhm.
nurture me in any way, I am having the best time of my life with people that want to succeed, that want to be rewarded for their efforts.
Mm.
And I think that being able to empower people with their health
Yeah.
is one heck of a driver.
Exactly. So we all know if you are an Indian, you all know from the day one, health is wealth. That's what we always say, and then knowledge is power. So these two things are connecting together with an AI and at the same time looking after the health. And that's what the wellness pack that New Skin is trying to implement or give to Indians as a gift. So what we're trying to do here, if you are interested to connect as the leaders for this particular venture, we connecting personally, not through any other way. We're connecting personally, and then we will talk about it in person, in personal conversation through the calls, and then we'll see whether it's a fit for you. So it's more of like opportunity to find your heart is connecting to that one. So that's where I felt like, you are doing many different things, but if you're sitting here, if you're helping your mom and dad back in India, that will be a wonderful thing. So I'm not sure whether you remember one of couple of my guests here in the last weeks, that was Dr. Alfine, who was
Yes.
so tired. And then she was a doctor, practicing GP,
Mm,
running a clinic, and then she was really down because of the high stress and then energy level going down. And then
yeah.
she was using this new skin
Products.
proteins and products, and then she was sharing that real story. And if you didn't see that, I will put that video that's in my channel. She was telling the real story, how these products helped her to come up and stand up and then find out her power recovering again. And then she's empowering many women now, and she's going around and talking
Absolutely.
about her miraculous story. So that's one of the true testimony that I heard in person. So I can see that how these things are helping. So if it is happening here, why
Yes.
can't we do it in India?
Absolutely. And I want to give a shout out to some incredible people that joined our call last night. We have a Thursday night call, and Bismi is one of our leaders that leads the call. There was a beautiful lady on there called
Kamala?
Kamala.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Oh my gosh, she was absolutely incredible.
Mm,
And coming from the nursing industry, and
mm,
also taking care of autistic patients,
mm,
mental health patients, it's a really big driver because we now have the power to help people.
mm,
And coming from a single mom with an autistic child, it's a very big celebration that we can actually help with preventative causes and
mm,
empowers people body, brain, beauty, and bank accounts now
mm,
with what we have in our hands. So
mm.
I come with very much excitement. And can you believe it? I'm 44, and I've been using these products and using the beauty
Mm,
devices for 8 years now.
Yeah.
And I have never felt so good. And people say, because I look at some people that I grew up with and think, oh
Mm.
my goodness, the stress, the um, just the way that people feel about the
Yeah.
fatigue. And when you don't take care of yourself, it doesn't do you well. We're
Mm.
meant to live till we're
Yeah.
120. Our bodies aren't meant to break down as much as they do. So taking care of yourself, fueling yourself the right way, doing it with fun, heart,
Mm.
education,
Mm.
and community, it actually lifts your serotonin as well
Yeah.
by doing it together.
Yeah.
And being able to be at home with your family,
Mm.
and partaking in family events,
Yeah.
and lots of things that you can
Yeah.
do together at home.
So that's what I felt like. I know that many people, including me, spending a lot of money for beauty products or vitamin tablets and whatever I see
Yeah,
to do your hair. I know that I'm also worried about my hair because it's falling down, but it's not growing up. So, and I know that with the age, hair is a big problem in our
yeah,
community, especially because of this fluoride and all those water we are receiving in Australia. So hair growth and regrowth is a big trouble.
huge.
And I can see different serums available in this product line. And then I heard a testimony the other day that the hairline is actually coming up. So I have different friends who are actually going back to India and then do different hair treatments to, regrow their hair.
Yeah,
So that would be my next test. I'm just telling you, my friends. I'm gonna try that as well, and then see my hair is actually growing, so I can give you the real living testimony for you as well. But in for my last birthday, you know that we were celebrating together recently. I actually bought the one of their product to help my facial appearance, like more of like after all these treatments and after having blood sugar, blood pressure, or all this cerebral aneurysm surgery. I want to present myself that active and alive even after 50 years of age. And that's where I thought, why should I invest on this one? So I tried the one of the real tool that they're giving, and then something that taking you and then making you a bit more younger. So I'm on that challenge at the moment. If you can see any difference in my appearance and my energy, yeah, there is something behind it. That new skin is this behind
absolutely.
it.
Yes,
So I do believe in one thing that if you're preaching, you need to practice that, and if you shouldn't be preaching if you don't experience that, and that's.
absolutely.
So with my
Yeah,
faith, I do preach about my Lord, my Jesus Christ, who
of
helped
course.
me a lot and helping me to do miracles and many different things for not just for me, for my community. The
Yes.
same way, if I feel that this is something good is going to happen, I really want to share with my audience. And that's why I am sharing this wonderful journey that's going to happen on from November 1st. But if you want to be part of it, you need to come and see what it is before November. So as Kate mentioned, if you are interested, connect with me, and there will be some conversations happening on Thursday, 7 p.m. And I know that my wonderful friends like Winnie, Sia, Shubha, and Renu, lots of people were joining in last couple of weeks calls, and they are excited about it. So my job as a radio host here is to give you the information about the good products, but it's your turn to take action. So before that, I want to ask one more questions to Katie. I know that Katie, you have done that recent launch in Sydney about this prism. How do we find out the prism here? Because if I feel like I need to know what it is and how it will work, is there any way that Australians can utilize that prism?
The Prism is a brand new technology, so it's actually going to be released into the leadership program
Mm-hmm.
in October.
Mm-hmm.
So yourself, who's already building a business,
Mm-hmm.
we're obviously creating the position, so you will be able to get one.
Okay.
It won't be released until the public until February of 2026.
Mm-hmm.
But for those that are building a business, they'll be able to get a handheld device that you can use in your practitioner, you can use in your home, you can use as part of a tool in a gym. Um, it will give you baseline guarantee of what products you need to take, and it will show you exactly how your antioxidant will explode.
Mm,
So we're doing some open days.
yeah,
So I'm actually going to one of the big Sydney expos in September.
yeah.
I'll be over in Sydney, but as soon as I get one in my hand, we will do an open day. And Bismi and myself will be hosting. So you should be lucky enough to come and experience it firsthand and make sure that you connect with Bismi because she's going to be the one of the world's leading women that is entering into India with one of these devices. And it will come in Australia first and then we'll launch it into India.
Exactly. So I'm looking forward to touch the Prism IO because I know that, looking at the body in the life that we have done, we are deficient with many different vitamins, but we need to know what exactly we should be
Well,
doing.
that's right.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't even know if they're working. So,
Mm,
we don't know what nutrition we are lacking in.
yeah.
So yes, Bismi and I are very lucky to be going to an expo in a couple of days
Yeah.
on Sunday, the 29th. So, but that's a private viewing, obviously, because we're in the leadership team. So
Yeah, so
very
I'm
excited.
here to tell you the truth. So I'm going and seeing what they're doing is right or wrong because I don't want to mislead you to a place there is no output. And then the truths are actually going through this channel. And then that I was bringing people who I really know personally. They're not like people from outside the world, only the people who I realize that they are spreading that love, joy, and peace, not just for a business purpose, but
Mhm.
they do have some real passion or real cause behind it. So if you are a mother of a disabled child, you can feel how hard it is. So I can feel that pain because one of my twin boys is having cerebral palsy and going through these surgeries, and then the way that he is going into that puberty, having that high anxiety, all those things are
Yeah,
was really hard to manage. And then I
very
do
hard.
have my elder one having autoimmune disease as well, and then the middle one got some asthma and anaphylactic. So that
Oh my God.
handful of
Yeah.
things. But how do I do all those things with that positivity? Because you need to fill your cup first, then only you can put that to the other people. I totally give the credit
That's
to
right.
my creator, that total belief in him that he is taking me to his purpose, not my purpose. And that's how we met for a purpose. So, Katie, I really want to check with you. I call you Kate and Katie. I think sometimes I feel like Kate is really connecting to my heart, but your official name is like connecting to
Official, yeah,
Katie.
official name is Katie, but I do call myself Kate.
Yeah, so okay.
Unicorn Kate.
Okay, yeah. Tell me about your unicorn that mother's group. Yeah, tell me
Yeah,
about it.
I when I was actually networking and building my business, I wanted to really connect with entrepreneurial women that wanted to have those ambitious, elevated entrepreneurial conversations. And I couldn't find anywhere that would kind of give me what I was looking for. So I went and created an incredible business called Go High Level Women,
Mm,
and we bring our unicorns together. We have events that will absolutely light your soul for entrepreneurial women that want to connect, that want to collaborate, that maybe have a glass of wine with another unicorn on a
mm,
Friday night. It's a lonely place when you're a busy mom, when you've got a business, when you're climbing to the top, when you're really kind of searching for those high performance conversations, but also you need to vent as well.
yeah,
You
yeah.
need to find a safe space. So I created an incredible
Platform.
networking platform that has exploded across Melbourne. We're taking it to Sydney. We're going over to Brisbane. We'll be going into Sydney.
Yeah.
It's been absolutely amazing just connecting women because they call me the unicorn
Yes.
connector.
Ah, okay.
And I'm so proud to be putting these women together because we keep our networks very close.
Mm.
And when we put them together and we explode and we collaborate, magical things really happen.
Exactly. So, unicorn, I picked that up. If you have a unique challenge or unique skill, yes, you're part of that entrepreneurship. So, if you want to connect with that unicorn, go high level
Women.
women. That's where you need to come and connect with the Kate. And then I'll be calling her Kate from now onwards. So, Kate, my question for my audience, I will ask this questions to all my guests because the theme of my show is to spread love, joy, and peace.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, if you do not have some rules, you can't really spread that. So, what will be, or what is your three top rules to be happy all the time and that energized mindset, and then spreading that love, joy, and peace?
Well, number one is I have to look after me
Hmm.
because I can't give if my cup isn't full. I am quite excited all of the time. So I don't really know because there's so many things happening.
Happening. Or,
But I have to sometimes I have to step back. I have to make sure that my son is happy because he's high level autistic. He's been nonverbal for 6 years. It's been a rough ride.
mm,
So filling my cup has been a journey that I've had to learn.
yeah.
And another step is filling my world with incredible women that enjoy being around me,
Mm,
that give back to me,
yeah.
and that I'm not just always give, 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 and I can, like I pick up the phone to you and I call you, and sometimes we'll have a talk, sometimes we'll have
Mhm.
I'll be talking about something, and it's a nice space to have.
Mm,
And I think that always I'm filling my mindset with positivity. I follow people that are more entrepreneurial than me. They're at a level where I admire to be at. I don't look at people with jealousy. I look at people with admiration.
mm,
And if I can be a step closer to the dream of building Harry's world, which is
yeah.
something that we'll talk about another day, maybe.
Yeah.
And that's a step that I'm very grateful for. So
Yeah, I can pick up that gratitude is one of the core thing, and then you are like the word that you explicitly used. It's better not to be jealous with other people because your journey is unique. You have a
yeah,
unicorn journey and unique journey that no one else can fit it in or no one else can follow because everybody's stories is unique, and then your journey, other people doesn't need to be jealous of it because they can get motivated and they can get empowered, but it's
yeah,
your journey or it's my journey. It's totally
absolutely.
unique.
But I think that, many moons ago, I think before I was on this journey, as deep as I am now, I had to do some work on me
Mm,
because I was still suffering with that, with leaving my abusive situation. I was in the why me box
mm,
quite a lot.
yeah,
So there's a lot of trauma that I had to revisit,
yeah.
that I had to start thinking, okay, well, why does this trigger me? Why does that trigger me? And when I started to understand all of these pieces of the puzzle,
Mm,
I was able to really to step into myself, to
mm,
step into the greatness, and to help other people step into theirs as well.
mm,
Because I think that there's a lot that we carry
yeah,
from past traumas, and things that we don't actually relive, and we don't understand that trigger us.
exactly.
So if we understand them, we're able to step forward with grateful,
Yeah, that's
with
what that's
with
what.
gratefulness.
Yeah, so I think something similar to my story as well, because if you're stuck with that failure or that some incident in your life, you will stay there. But if you learn from there and then put that in for a positivity,
Yeah,
so that's where you will become an empowered woman, and then you will do better things for the world because world needs you, right?
that's right. Yes, yes. And I think that my love for social media just grew and grew and
I
grew.
know. So you're so active, and that's why I want you to be in the Facebook page. So if you are seeing Kate for a long time, you should see me as well because I'm the one who asking the questions. If you are following Facebook, but if you are with me on radio, and if you are listening to my YouTube channel, I will be putting up the news and the video soon, right after my show today. But before finishing this wonderful conversation with Kate, I wanna check with her what will be a message that she can give to all the listeners, not just the mothers or children or like all the listeners of Win FM, that the west side of the world. What will be one of your message, Kate?
Well, I think everybody has a dream, everybody has a goal, and sometimes we don't hit them.
Hmm.
And you know what? You're so capable. You're so capable of doing what you aspire to do. The only reason why we don't do it is because time gets in the way.
Mm.
So I'm just saying out there to everybody, stop, stop for a moment. Remember who you are. Remember what you're on this earth for. And remember what legacy you're trying to leave. If it's a small goal, write it down. But the small goals can be ticked off and it feels like you've accomplished something. So please remember, you matter. You matter so much. And so please take the time to understand that you are capable of incredible things. You just need to find that strength within you to take that step forward, to tick off that goal list, and to go and make some big dreams, like scary dreams, and find a way of making them come true because you can.
Wow, that's a powerful message, Kate, because I think everything's starting with a small dream, but you need to be like in a dream that big. We do have a saying back in our language. I don't know how to translate that to English. We usually say that aim the star to get the mango from the tree. So, but if you say in our language, it's a bit more powerful.
Please say it in your language.
Oh, well, that's I don't know whether people will understand that,
Oh,
That's
okay.
it's more of like I'm just like thinking what's the right way of saying in my language because the brain is thinking in English now, that's the magic of the brain. When you train your brain in the way that it will go like the
Yeah,
same way.
absolutely. And
So
then you become unstoppable.
exactly. So I'm picking up Kate's message is take a small dream, but add your big dreams on top of it and tick that small dreams, which is giving you that motivation or that will be your stepping stone to get that big dream that's really scary. I like that. You need to
Yeah,
dream
be
big.
be a
Yeah.
goal
Hmm.
digger.
Yeah, big gold digger. So I think
Big
that's what
goal
the
digger.
golden nugget I'm taking from Kate today. So my listeners on Dominus Nisi and my listeners on Facebook page today, I'm so excited to announce that there is something great is coming to India from November 1st. But if you want to be part of that, you need to connect with us, Kate or myself, today onwards, and then we will share with you how you can be part of that great mission to help our Indian parents, help our Indian youngsters, help our Indian community sitting here in your own home or on your or like on your sofa, I would say. So if you are keen, I'm happy to see all these people following me on my Facebook. Let me put my reading glass on. Mini Sajeev is watching, and Joby, Matthew, Krishna Kumali, Joy Thomas, and Kamala. Lots of people are watching, and thank you for being with us in the Facebook. And thank you, my listeners, listening to 88.9 Win FM, this powerful show called Dominus Nisi. So, all the very best for my listeners. Take that dream, make that dream so big and that scary dream, but you need to have that small steps of the dreams and then cut it off and you can make it because you are created with a great purpose and then believe that you are not doing it because your creator is doing that for you. Just want to be there allowing your creator to make that masterpiece in this earth. So this is Dominus Missy on 88.9 FM, your host Bismi with wonderful Kate, and then we are making waves in this world, not just in Australia, but again in India. So stay connected and spread that love, joy, and peace with your heart full of life and love to the other person. So thank you, Kate,
Thank you,
for
Bismi.
joining.
Yes, looking
Okay.
forward to a future of fabulous friendships.
Thank you. So I will be putting up some songs for you and then